he said that he did that social experiment in the tier 2, tier 3 cities, was that all of these companies, they have a good product. They have, like you said earlier, Tajun, these products are on par with some of the biggest companies that are in tier 1 cities. The only problem is their service. And when they boost that service, when they take it up to the level that customers actually want them to, good things happen. Great things happen. Because I would never want to switch my service provider unless if they give me a good, so even if the connection is bad, I would probably stay with it because I know that at a moment's notice, I will know exactly what's happening with my connection, what is going on, how many people are coming over to fix it, if it's happening today, if it's happening tomorrow, when is it happening, will I be able to reschedule, all that stuff.
And the other thing is that there's also a huge market potential in tier 2 cities. One of the fastest ones, you see Coimbatore, if you take, over the past decade, the amount of growth the particular city had, tremendous opportunities.
And one more area where we can help as a solution provider is if it's a rural area with no reception, we can leverage our offline mode. The agent can still perform his work and the transparency will still be there.
Oh yeah,
the process will still be automated.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter if you have internet or not. Nothing will come in between you completing your work.
Yeah, I don't think using our solutions have that. I think
the thing is with tier 1 solution, tier 1 problems, like we said, a lot of companies are focusing on these tier 1 cities, right? Because of tier 1 cities, they know that okay, these people have enough internet connection to be. But with tier 2, tier 3 cities, I think one of you mentioned it earlier in this podcast that they have very poor connectivity, and so you cannot trust the data that the field agents are using. So they will need offline modes. Which
I think the balance between accountability,
and
getting your work done with very crucial in the business. Because
please.
Yeah, no, go ahead, Sajjan, please.
Yeah, and if the managers, if they want to, for example, even the installation task, even that's essentially a ticket. I mean, that's essentially a service. So even the installation task, it can be assigned, and the way that I mentioned before, in a similar manner, even the installation task can be automated.
Yeah, actually.
So they don't have to do anything manually.
I'm sorry, what task?
Installation. So basically what happens is that before I give you a service, let's say you purchase a new, so I will send field agents to your place and I'll try to inspect if it's a 2-story building, 3-story building, if there's cable nearby. So what kind of connection is the closest to you? How many Mbps are you gonna get? So according to that, I'll be charging you based on the service. So if I have to pull up few cables, if I have attached new cables, or if there's anyone in the
that's the thing. Every survey that they're doing, it can be stored in our solution, and they can use the BI tool that we have to build dashboards based on that. For example, tomorrow if shipping calls and if he's talking to a salesman and he wants to know if I can get your connection in this area, rather than sending another team, rather than sending a team again to do a survey, all you have to do is open Fieldproxy, go to the dashboards, filter by region, see if it's there or not. Look at the previous survey that was done by the team before, and then straight away, instead of letting a lead reach out to someone else, you can on the call close that deal. You can bring in that revenue. That's something that you can do, right?
Yeah.
That's where the BI. Please.
One more point I came to see is that the service providers doesn't have an idea of where their customers are.
Oh, okay.
So they need some sort of, usually they'll be having an Excel sheet, and then or they'll be having
or
they'll be maintaining a notebook.
Okay.
So
of all the addresses.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So let's imagine. See, this is one thing. I called 2-3 service providers, and they told. And I'm seeing the area in the map that the location of the service provider is very close, and yet they want to reassure whether a connection is possible by sending an agent to check.
Right.
So if you have a repository of data of the customers which you have given service, and if you could know where you can give service and where the other installations are, easily you can do processes.
We are living in a data-driven world, and ISPs are the kind of companies that should be leveraging these.
Powerhouses,
they're essentially data powerhouses. They should be leveraging these data, but right now, what the thing is, they don't have a solution to do that. So they tend to rely more on a traditional way of doing things, which cannot help them in the long run. It can satisfy their immediate need, but in the long run, if they want to retain, if they want to grow, if they want to if they want to retain and grow, that is something that cannot happen in the long run if they follow this traditional method. Because like you said, data powerhouses need those data to make important business decisions.
Right.
And one more practical difficulty is that let's take that I'm doing business and I've been doing this business for around 6-7 years, and I have 4 sales agents who have been with me for 2 to 3 years. So these sales agents or the installation or a service guy knows where their customers are. They know exactly where to go. They know if there is a certain area, they know in and around whether a possibility is there or not. What if some of them is leaving and what if a new guy joins?
Right.
Again, the owner or the existing sales guy or a service guy has to go along with him to teach him like how things has to be done and where he has to go and what are all the parameters that he has to check. So the repository of data or the insights are in your head and not documented.
That is great.
When it comes to Fieldproxy, we are capturing the location coordinates of each and every customers that they have in their database. And even if someone leaves, all they have to do is reassign it to a different person, and from there, they can start doing the service business or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's great. But yes, I'm afraid we are running out of time, guys. So before we go though, you talked about a lot of challenges that these people are facing. What solutions can be, taken or adopted to overcome these. But if you had to suggest one thing each, we're going to just quickly go over each of you guys, but one thing that you recommend that these ISP providers in the tier 2 tier 3 cities do today to make a difference in their field teams, what would it be?
Get Fieldproxy.
Okay.
Well, see, as per
not just Fieldproxy.
But
yes, no,
I think they should at least understand the necessity of providing good service to their customers. That is something, that realization, it has to come within the organization, and then they should start looking out for solutions. Then they'll automatically come to us because we are the only solution providers.
Great. Yes,
well, see, as a business owner, I have to give good service,
and
as a customer, I need the better service. See, after this research, I understood their process is really good. They all have the process. They have been in this business for generations, and they have been doing it well. But the problem is the system. Whether they have a system or a roadmap or a structure to align all these problems and the process in the right place.
Right.
So that is what they need.
Getting the system in process. Okay. Getting the system in order first is what you are suggesting.
Yes.
Oh, that is
a system or a tool which helps them to align all these processes.
So again, Fieldproxy. Okay, great. Other final words.
So see, the thing is that tech can be very intimidating. If let's say if you're being used to the more traditional way of using pen and paper or something, trying to invest in something that you don't know a lot about, it's going to be intimidating always. But just because you don't understand something doesn't mean that you have to be afraid of it or it won't help you a lot, right?
Like how people did not understand internet when it was released.
Potential is huge. So I think the business owners need to understand that tech is not a bad thing to have. There is always a huge ROI. Trying to take that one penny out to gain $1 is not something that is to be afraid of. If you're not going to get returns now, you're going to get it 1 year.
Great.
You can get it in 3 months. Right? So having that mindset, saying that I need to make sure that my organization flows freely across all channels. I need to keep my customers happy, I need to keep my man first happy, and I have to be happy at the end. Business doesn't always need to be about stress. You can make revenue and you can still run a very good business, and you can keep your customers happy, you can keep your employees happy.
That's a great thing.
Adding on to what Adil said, one final thing. So change is something that can be intimidating, and there will be pushbacks from a lot of people within the organization if the process that they have been used to is getting changed immediately. I think that's where we differ from most of the SaaS companies in the market, because we empower these users and we train them into power users of the applications. So that's the kind of service that we provide. So we make sure that they understand what the application can do, what is the potential of the application, how scalable it is, and then we train these users, and that is something that I've never seen with any other SaaS providers in the market right now. Like I told you, I've been around for more than 5 to 6 years now, and I haven't seen such a service being provided for any of those by any of those SaaS industries.
Yeah.
That is where we differ, and that is where we can. I feel like we can help these organizations change into an automated future. Future.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. So, 3 takeaways from this episode. Adil's advice was to develop a tech mindset focused on the customer. Shibi's was to get your structure in order, get your systems,
make sure you have good foundation to build on.
grow the organizational structure properly. And Tajun's advice was to get Fieldproxy. This has been a great talk, gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming on to the show.
Thanks for having
The
us.
show will
Thank you,
be
and a big thanks to the person behind the camera as well.
Yeah.
Relevant.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Relevant sir. Thank you, Relevant sir.
Sam.
Sam sir. Thank you,
Sam, the deep rider.
But yes, thank you so much for tuning in to this show.
Yeah.
It's been a little over 39 minutes, and if you're still listening to the
We can
show,
go for 30 minutes more.
I'm sure you would, but the people are already tired. So what we'll do is we'll maybe have them around for part 2. If you like this show, it's going to be on YouTube. Like the channel, subscribe to the channel, and be sure to share this video. We don't charge a fee for this podcast as well. So if you're listening to this on a podcast, share it with your friends. We don't charge any fees. We don't.
I haven't taken
ads.
any fee.
Yes.
I'm just emphasizing on that as well.
Very salesy, Tajun. But yes. we
Only
don't-
sales.
we don't run, like I said, we don't run any ads on this show. The only ads that we would run, if we did, was for Fieldproxy. So if you have a field team, like I said, if you have if you are an ISP in the Tier 2, Tier 3 city, you know where to go. Tajun.
Fieldproxy, yeah.
Fieldproxy. Thank you so much for listening, and guys, we will catch you in the next episode.
Bye everyone. Thanks for connecting.
Thanks.
Bye.
Okay, wow.
Yes.
Cool.
Good content.
Yeah.
Okay, Vada.
Okay.
ഇത് വെച്ച് ഒരു മാസം
Hey, and the picture